Yeah, hello, good morning. Welcome to this day six of One Project Bootcamp. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, so we have up till now we have done most of the core part done. What we wanted to do in these 5 to 6 days, and right now we are going to just recap what we did uh, from the day one, and we'll see today we'll see about APIs, a little bit about session also, and we'll start off with seeing the project statement again, and let's see what we have done and what is required for you guys to done, and we'll start off with that one. I've already shared in notes or doc, Google Doc, you can say. Um, from there, you can just go to that library management system PPT. I'll share my screen also. Hope it's visible to you. Yeah. So we started with understanding what is library management system, what they want from us, and we had a criteria of using Flask, Jinja 2 templates plus Bootstrap for the HTML generation and styling. Jinja 2 templates means you can either use, let's say, base template something, and then you can follow that in the other HTML pages, or you can use for loops, if conditions, other things in the HTML page. So that covers the Jinja templating. Bootstrap we have used in our app. We have tried 5.3 version of this Bootstrap. We have used SQLite for the database. Uh, Also used SQL ORM to connect our Flask and SQLite database, because it was easier to code in normal English, plain English, that you can just query, dot query, and then filter by. Those are the easier thing. Also, we could have used a create table, what we understood in the database management system, create table, or uh, select other commands which we studied. We could have used it, but SQL ORM makes life easier for us. And this is a good idea to understand how we can use SQL ORM. So these are the things which we needed. So we have covered all the three things. And this point, they are saying that you have to show your demo in the local computer or IT. Yeah. So library system app is about multi users. So they have one librarian. There was some ambiguity about what they are calling librarian. Is librarian an admin or not? So we finished up
Yes, yes.
with the idea that our admin uh, is different. Only one soul. He can be the librarian, and there are multiple librarians under him who can do the work for the uh, management system, and there are users who are students. So this is the idea which we taken and move forward. And so this line used for issuing ebook to users. So ebook part, I am not covering, because it might give you all the ideas about the app. So I'm not covering this. I have given you uh, the time to code. If you get any trouble, you can just ask me anywhere uh, while we were doing this workshop. And the third point is user can request, read, return ebook. So ebook part I have not covered. So this is has to be done by you. But I have covered the CRUD operation, so you can do these things. This is possible by using CRUD operations. You just have to connect links or relationship between ebook and section page or user and ebook page. So that will be uh, one idea to do that.
So we
Uh,
can use modals, right, for as an intermediate between the CRUD operations.
we can use what?
Like if we are deleting something, we get that pop up. Are you sure you want to delete this?
No, but you have to do CRUD operations, right, in the database.
Yes. In the database, you have to do.
Yeah. So the main part is uh, that CRUD operations, main part. Okay. So these pop up and other thing comes under the user. What do you call it? How easy for user you are making the app. So this is nothing to do with the app which we are doing. Uh, that are extra functionality you can add, but it is not required. If you don't want, you can just skip it. But CRUD operations are required, so you have to use CRUD operation in the database. How you update it, make a request, or save the details, or update the details, delete the details. This is what is the main component of this app. So CRUD operations are important more than the pop-ups. But still, we have covered that bootstrap uh, model with a model model. There you can use it anywhere, but that you just have to change the name. Okay, you are using for delete, so delete model example, or if you are checking for update, so update example model. You just have to change the ID of that. Okay, so now after that we have librarian can add new section. So we have covered this part. Librarian is adding a new section. The revoking part, I have told you guys, you can do it by this thing which you are doing here. You have to do it here also. So this covers the book part. Then we have each section. Same thing we have tried to create. We are not given this date create, but we have given ID, name, description. This is done. Similar thing you have to do for the book. We have called it ebook. Every section can have a number of book. Yeah, so you can add by giving a relationship column. You can add any number of book in that section uh, that we have covered. System will automatically show recently added. So this is up to your imagination how you want to show your section or books in the dashboard. So it's up to your imagination. You can show it by rating also, or you can show it by either thing, anything. You can just by show it by date also. So that's up to you. We have done recently created. So whatever is recently created come
Is it like
in the.
fully up to us? So can we like use the section alphabet or whatever it's starting from as well?
It's up to you. You just have to give uh, for loop and if condition. That's it. You can just create anything out of it. You just have to give one condition in your Python code, and that will show in the uh, dashboard or browser. It's a single line code which can change anything. So yeah, we have tried to do it by recently added. Last one is the recently added. We are showing in the dashboard, in the admin dashboard. You can see the ID also, so you can understand which one was added first and second and third, or deleted in between also. That's that's what we covered. Yeah. So any doubt in this stage? Still, if you have.
So do we have to like make a record of what we have deleted?
No,
No.
no, there is nothing like that. That will be little hard,
Uh,
right? You have to store it somewhere.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
And
there
also,
are few. Yeah.
the policies in there is a document which we'll give, right, to explain what the app, like how we made the app and everything. So do we have to mention the policies which has been like starred in the previous slide?
Uh, no, this is not like that. You can just do one thing. Uh, if you want, you can create a about page where you can store these things. You can just, if you want, you can save these things.
Okay, okay. So policies and everything I can mention in the website itself.
Yeah,
So those things are just to understand, right, how app works.
yeah,
That right. As
yes,
of now, they have not given the wireframe also. So
yes, correct, correct. The wireframe, as we have already seen it in that music streaming app, similar to that, the component will be there. Just they will change the name. That is the only thing. Other than that, there is nothing. For what I can see, we have similar CRUD operations for section, similar thing for the book. So you can imagine that as album and music, same thing are happening. The only thing is revoking the something was written, right? Revoke, yeah. So
yeah,
this is the extra thing which is added. A button you can add. That is the only thing they will add in one page maybe. And yeah, other than that, everything looks almost similar to me.
yeah.
Uh,
Only thing in that is that issue rate. These
yeah,
things need to be like configured, like using two or
correct,
three
correct,
tables. That's it.
correct. Yeah, so in Mat 2, you have one. No, so in the grocery app, you had this thing, right? You have to make a request to admin to give access as manager, and there was one more thing was that manager should make a request to create new uh, what do you call it? New section and for updating also you have to first request to the admin and then admin will approve it, then you can create a new section, something like that was there in the grocery app. So same thing is here, you have to request for issue. This time it is in the mad one, but yeah, so same thing, you have to give one button, it will be connected by the database, and you will give here and it will show it in the dashboard of your, as we talked about it, the boolean thing, so that you can do. And this is also good, uh, because if you add these functionality, it will look better, because if there are app, there is no difficult functionality, there won't be any use of it, right? You have to do these things, extra things, which will show others. When you showcase your app to somebody else, you'll be a little happy that yeah, I have added this functionality which is little tough to handle. uh, Nobody other can do these things without learning about these things, so you can showcase in a beautiful manner and you'll feel proud of that I have created. Yeah. uh,
Yeah, in sir, for like we are in Mat 1 right now, I'm doing Mat 1 project,
yes.
right? So after, if we make Mat 2 somebody has given, so Mat 2 like this thing will be basically the same project but additional functionality, right?
Yeah, additional functionality will be view component, uh, will be APIs you have to use, uh, and salary, Redis, these things are the extra functionality. But the main core thing is similar. You have to create your section, you have to create your ebook section. These things should be there. Model would be similar model you have to do. You don't have to think about the model now, like in the Mac tool. If you go from here, okay, yeah. So okay, hope you are,
Sir,
yeah.
Is it okay to hard code the admin and the librarians? Like,
Yeah, yes, it is okay. But the thing is, uh, hard. Don't say hard code. Okay. Uh,
okay,
this this is a different meaning when you say I hard coded admin details.
okay,
It means that you are not storing in the database itself. It means that you are just showing it in the Python code. Hard coding means you are just showing in the Python code, and whenever you start your app, it is working like that. It is checking only admin. So
okay,
you have to say that whenever my app start, I have coded something which stores my admin for me. Okay.
okay, okay,
Hard coding will mean that you are just coding it in your Python code, but it is not storing in the database. Okay.
okay.
So you
The
have to
database.
store it. You have to store it in the database by coding it. Yes.
Okay, so I have to initiate a code which stores the admin in
Correct.
the database.
Correct. Just like we have this. Um, okay. Can you see my VS code?
No,
Okay.
it has not.
Okay. I'll share after this maybe.
Okay, okay, okay,
I'll the thing what I am trying to say is just like we added the section, right, or the user itself, uh, you have to just create that same if condition above by just giving all the things, user equal to admin, password equal to this, and role equal to admin. So this will create your uh, admin in the database by just typing db.session.add and db.session.commit. So this is what you will do in your code, and it is nothing to do with your front end or login frame.
So do
It
we
will,
do that in the app context itself?
yeah,
Like the
yeah,
first, so the
it's
first
possible.
user
Yes,
in that like with
correct,
app
correct.
context,
That is also good.
we do db.create all. So we also
Correct.
do after db.create all, we do db.session.add and whatever.
Yes.
So we add the first user and we make him admin, right?
Yeah, correct. That is also good. Either
So
do that, or you can create one function also if you want, other than app context or
okay, so
anything. It's
we
up
can
to,
create a function and we can maybe add it, call it in the
yeah,
app context
yeah.
itself.
Call it in the, yeah, app context. That is also good.
So,
Yeah, yeah.
so how can we join two tables?
John,
Yeah.
relationship.
No, like I created two tables, like one for issue, one for books. And in issue, I have given the like foreign key of user ID, books and all. But the thing now I'm facing issue is that each and every user has specific books, right? Issued by him. I am getting it from that issue table, but I have to get the all the details of the books from the book table. So how will we relate in SQL Alchemy?
Uh, so this is just a relationship. I can imagine.
No, if you type directly, it will come out. Or I'm asking in Python, it's showing me like it's
Yeah.
not being highlighted in different color. That's why I just asking.
Okay. We will see that in the
Okay,
that
yeah,
breakout room. Okay.
okay, fine.
We'll see. Yeah. So what the core functionality, what they wanted. So it covers many things. Uh, these are the headings: librarian dashboard, general user profile, section management, book management, search functionality for the section. So we have covered this thing for the section. You have this slash. I already told you that this means and. Okay. So search for section and ebook, both of them. We have searched by name. Yeah, one thing I asked you guys yesterday, but didn't cover it, that when we are searching something, my code was F string, right? It was taking F string, and when I give name, it was searching for me correctly. And I asked you that tell me a uh, type of search which will give me error, uh, and nobody had
Yeah,
correctly guessed.
you asked me. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So the answer for that is I was using app string. When you see the code, I was using app string
Format
values.
string, format
Yes.
string, right?
Yes. So
So once we use percentages means it will show error.
no, no, no. That is something else. While you give a correct uh, uh, section name, still it will give you error. That is the question. How can it give error? So this was the code. I am using this line to search my result. So what will happen? Just like here, you have the search button, right? So you know that you have app. It will cover app. When we are using this kind of search, if you type like this, still it is showing, right? You just give a space after the app, but still this is showing. Here, while I search and give a space, it will not match it with any of the name.
Okay, we have to trim it out.
Yes. Okay. So you have to give one condition before this, and you have to remove the spaces. You have the strip method or something like that. You can check whatever Python has.
But
So
if you use space means also it should come. Is it necessary if they explain it all?
no, no. Sometimes when you copy paste from, let's say, you have this thing. So I just copy paste this, and while copy pasting, when I paste here, it automatically gives a space sometimes, right? Where in the pasting, what do you call it? Fill in the blanks, whatever that is. So whenever you copy paste, it gives some space. It is not the fault of user that he has given pasted, uh, but you have to understand that yeah, it can happen. People may try to paste like that. You have to handle it as a developer. You have to handle these things. These cases are imaginary, no, not imaginary. You can just think about these things whenever you code uh, for an app. You have to think for every kind of user,
All
right?
user cases you have to think.
Yeah. So you have to give one condition or something in the back end, and also you can try in the front end also, so that from there when you send a request, it will remove itself. So we are not doing the front end part, but the back end part is okay. So back end part we can do these things. You have just to give these one of the if condition and check if your format is correct for searching, name is correct, there is no extra space, no something a percentage or other thing, no extra marks or something. So you have to check for those things and then search. Otherwise sometime, yeah, somebody has asked me about SQL injection. Yeah, so this is kind of thing happen in SQL injection. You just type, I just type app, right? I could have just typed select star, or I could have just delete. You can use anything. So these are the things used in the search method to delete all the databases. You can read about this in the database management system if you have not read it. Okay. So yeah, so this is the only thing I wanted to tell you, that yeah, search is okay, but you have to first take it correctly. Okay. Also you guys were not able to either not able to understand the question itself, or you guys didn't think of that, yeah, this can also happen.
Yeah, we did not understand the scenario where it happens.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that is also good, but yeah, so
I tried it
now
now
you know.
working fine. With strip, it's working fine.
Yeah. So yeah, this was
Sir, I
search.
thought when you
Yeah.
said error, I thought there would be like a syntax error or something, but I didn't realize you were talking about not
No,
getting the right results.
yeah, it will not give the right result. Yes, correct. Result is not correct. What we wanted is not there. So there are three terms: error, fault, and failure. So can anybody explain what is the difference between error, failure, and fault?
Error is that something that
Errors,
can't be catched by the exception.
Okay,
Failure is something that is not expected as per our results.
okay.
And third one you told, I forgot the name itself. And that
Fault.
is fault is due to something like drop command inserted and some truncate issue something which is affecting the database.
Okay. Uh, so the thing is, this concept of error, failure, and fault is asked in interviews most of the time, and it is in your course called software engineering in the degree level, also in software testing in the degree level itself. You guys can watch out for that. And they ask every term, they will ask you a question about these things. So try to Google it, try to take help of notes or anything. As Elvin has also suggested, try to look into those words also. Okay.
so I have a question regarding the what's it called? Uh, um, it was just now I was thinking about it, then I forgot. I'll ask you later, sir.
Okay. Yeah, so we have the librarian dashboard, that is admin dashboard for us also. So both of them are there. We have created it. General user profile, yeah. For creating general user profile, you first have to issue book. You have to show something about the user. You uh, you have to do something. You can show it that yeah, this amount of book has been issued to this user. Uh, these are the date he issued that, and these are the date or day remaining. So this is what user profile can look like. But it will be in the end only, because you have to first create everything, every concept, that how to issue it, how a librarian will see, how your librarian will approve. These things has to be completed first, then only you can show it in the user profile. So this is the end of your app. So when you create this profile, it should be all of the components should be covered already. Then only you go to user profile.
So user profile would be like not user dashboard, right? Because like user profile maybe is like username,
Yeah,
password.
it is kind of a dashboard, you can
Okay,
say.
and then whatever books issued or whatever, so that all
Yeah,
that will show.
so every user has a unique profile. That means
Okay.
you can show their details. Dashboard or landing page, I was referring when we talked in the first day, I was referring to the landing page. So whenever we create something like library management system, we create a landing page where we will show our sections, book, the other stuff, but still that is available to all, right? As the Amazon also does that, everything is available, but still you didn't sign up for it. If you sign up or sign in, then only you can see your profile. There you see the detail that yeah, I have ordered this, I have uh, bought it for some money, and now it will be delivered in few days, something like that. That is a profile unique to every user. So that we have to create.
Hmm.
So we have done the section management. That means management here means CRUD operation. So you have done the CRUD operation: create, update, uh, read, delete, and yeah, I have given you guys that yeah, you have to do the book management. Uh, you have to do the same CRUD operations, but now you have to connect book with your section. So you have to fetch all the things from the section also, and all the things on the database of book also. Then only you will be able to use create the section management, because you need a section to fill in the books, right? So that is one. Yeah. So these are the core component we have covered mostly. We have talked about it mostly, and half the thing we had done already. So section management is there, Labyrinth dashboard is there, search functionality is there. Only book management and user profile is still remaining. So this is what we have right now.
Sir, on the search part, you said that you have to take care of SQL injection as well, right?
No, no, no. I just talked about it. That yeah, this is how SQL injection happens. They inject something and remove or delete something in your database. Try to mischief with your database. That is what I was just giving one example. This is how it happens. You don't have to worry about it. But still, one case you can cover. You had the code with you, then you can still cover that one case. The spaces don't come in between that search functionality. Okay.
No.
uh, if you don't do it right now, if your proctor will see, he will try to tell you that now code it in front of me. Okay. This
Like
can happen.
spaces may come, right? Like we if we are typing something, we are typing a space in
Yeah,
when we
correct, it can come.
then it should
But
come, right?
it will sometime, it doesn't match with the thing, right? If I type uh, space app, this still comes, right?
Okay.
But
Okay.
in your English code it
Trailing
won't.
spaces. So trailing spaces should be not counted, right?
Any of the space so you have the name, you give the name. Now in starting or in the end, anywhere you can have space, still
Okay.
it should have worked,
Okay.
because you have given a name. Now removing spaces and removing other thing, you had to take care about. So
So,
yeah.
do we have to account for the uppercase and the lowercase kind of thing?
Let's see. Okay, let's see. If I type a p p, so this is giving us. You don't have to
Yeah.
worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. If you want,
Okay.
you can just give one dot lower. Something is there in the Python, right?
Yes.
Dot lower is there. If it is easy for you, just code it. It can
Okay.
also be done, but it is not required. I would just talk about the space only, because that is one thing. Sometimes while you are giving Viva, you are still nervous when you give the Viva for the first time, right? So you can give one space, and that can happen, and you will won't be understand that, yeah, why it happened, what happened. So you may get confused yourself. That is why I stick to the space thing.
Okay.
Either ways, you can also use the lower thing.
Okay. Understood.
Yeah, then they have elaborated what they want in these components, what they have said. Library and user login, separate login they want for the user and librarian. We have covered these things. Um, yeah, also one more important thing is model. You have to use models, create the model. That means table in a simple sense. You create the table for user, librarian, and other thing. What we have. User, uh, uh, section, and book. These are the models you have to create. These are the main component. What we can see right now. Others can be created. Card we have tried to create. That is also there. But main component are there. User, section, model, and inside user you have to create a some type or role based column, where you can differentiate between the user, student, librarian, and admin.
Sir, do we need to have a different form for the librarian, or can we just use the login form and then check
If
whether it's the user or the librarian?
Yeah, so two things. If you have login page for librarian or user, you have already created it. Now you can either give one tick box or uh, yeah. So now you can give either tick box or maybe something, some tick box that yeah, this is the user, this is the librarian, this is how you can create the form. Okay. Other
Okay.
ways you can create one separate form itself, right? There are two
Okay.
forms for it. Okay.
Hmm.
So that is also possible. Both of the things are possible. You can give
Okay.
you have, but still you have to understand that role should be there, right, to differentiate. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
somebody was
So
saying
I just use a single form, and then the app automatically checks what they are and then gives,
automatically means what, or what is
in
it?
the sense that if you're a librarian and
Okay,
you type in your username, you don't
okay.
have to say to the app that it's a librarian. The app queries the table, looks
Yeah,
what your role is, and then
yeah.
automatically,
Oh, that is login page, right?
yeah, just
Yeah,
login, yeah,
yeah,
single
No,
yeah,
login.
correct. But
Yeah, that's the same thing I did.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I thought you were asking about the
register, right?
sign up. Yeah, register.
It's
So in the
one.
register, you have to somehow check that yeah, this is the user role or student role or librarian role. That is okay. But while login, also you have to check. Correct. You fetch for in that librarian role in your table. That is okay. That is fine. But still give a if condition that this is the role, this is the role. Now if this librarian is clicking a button called submit, you have to go to a separate dashboard, right? You have to go to a separate dashboard. So in the Python function you have to check for the role, correct? You have a separate dashboard for the librarian. You have a separate dashboard for the user also, right? You cannot give CRUD operation to the user, correct?
Yes.
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 So in both login and sign up function in the Python code, you have to create this if condition that yeah, what is the role? You have to check it in the both the condition. You have to check it. What role does the user is consisting, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Hope I'm
I
clear.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is it okay if we like the admin we make profiles for the librarians, like three librarians kind of thing, and just assume that we give the account of the librarian to the person who is the librarian?
Yeah, it's up to your logic. It's okay. There is nothing written that how many librarian or something. It's up to your logic. If you want three, or that is also good.
Okay. 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 Thank you.
Yeah. So the main thing is whatever is written in the PPT need to be followed. If you think that yeah, extra feature can be added, yeah, you can. That's completely up to your thinking. You can add anything else if you want. But still, I will say that read the statement one by one. Whatever is written, complete it first, complete the core bar first, and then only go to these extra functionality that yeah, I will look for only three or look for four, five. These things can be added in the end also. Then only one line can change everything. So you can
No.
do it in
Uh,
the end.
I'm like a new user can't be a librarian. I'm assuming that a new
If
user can't be just a librarian. Like
yes,
anyone cannot create a librarian.
you
Uh,
for that I can give you one thing. There is one logic what I thought of in the second or first day, that what I will do is, so there is librarian. Okay, this
yes,
librarian has a link, just like you have this URL, right? This
yes,
URL can only be fetched by the student of this degree, right? Other
yes,
than student of this degree won't be able to fetch this, correct? So,
y-
or also one more thing, this link will be given to only to those user who are connected with the student community, right? So this is a unique link. User doesn't know about it. User, that means student, doesn't know about it. So you can
yeah,
create a separate link for the librarian. There, if you want to add some new librarian, you can add. If you don't want to add, you can just skip it. You can
So it's
also
like
do that also.
security by obscurity
Yes.
situation. Not very
Yeah.
good, but yeah, it's like
Yeah.
good for our
So
case.
just like, I'll give you the live example what we are doing. So you have a this in the starting, Ritik show me that link of Viva portal, right? That Viva portal has some kind of access. So one access is for student, which you guys are using, right? And there is one more link which goes to the TA, teaching assistant, and there is one more link who is used by the POD team. Okay, so there are three links.
Okay.
Whoever is assigned in that role will use it. You student cannot use the link which is provided to the TA or POD team. POD team can visit all the links. They can check whatever the link is there. TA can only go to their links, right? So
Uh,
hope I'm clear.
how do I initiate a librarian then? How do I basically say, okay, I like the admin has the power to add a librarian, or is it like a login
Yeah,
via
it
librarian?
will be a extra functionality. If you give a power that, yeah, that librarian makes a request while sign up, and the request goes to the admin, and admin then approve it to become a librarian. This is extra functionality. Either you can do a separate thing that you can give a key, some key that, yeah, 1 2 3 is the key. Whenever a sign up the user is signing up, he has to click on those key 1 2 3 and then sign up, then only he can become a librarian, something like that also. uh, this up to you. This is extra functionality. It is nothing written in this ppt, so it's up to your logic.
Okay,
If you want, you can do.
interpretation.
Yeah.
Any interpretation can be there.
Yes.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
understood.
but it was there in some of the, I guess, library. I've talked about it. Grocery store, it was there. You have to make a request for giving access as manager. So
Yeah.
if you have the time, you can try to add that also. That will be very good idea.
Yeah. According to you, if what should I do for the librarian? Like just a hint or something, kind of like if a new user signs up, then I have to put a tick box saying that it's a librarian, but anyone can do that then.
Yeah, anyone can do that. Yes, correct. But the thing is, they somewhere they have written that we are not looking
At the
extensively
security.
about the validation thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Sir,
So
also it says there must be one librarian. So there must be
yeah.
one user at the beginning before the app
Yes.
even starts.
That librarian is we are calling as admin. So we are coding it there, storing it in the database. So that is one criteria done. Now we can create any multiple libraries as we do in the offline mode.
Do we have to remove the database before we submit it?
If you have less amount of data, it's okay, because there is some 10 MB or something criteria that you cannot store more than that. So
Yes.
yeah, so less amount of data is there, then okay. If you that is maximizing the limit, you have to delete some data of the database. It's okay to send with the database. It's very easy for proctor also to check only if sometimes, see what happens is, sometimes your system may crash, right? Your
Yes.
VS Code doesn't work like what it used to be in the normal days. While you give Viva, there are so many problem complication happens, and you stick to it, and then you sometimes you are not able to even create the data. So it's a good idea while you submit your app with with a database itself, SQLite database itself, with the code. That is very good idea to uh, send it.
Okay. So initiate the database should be there in the code itself. So it
Yes,
shouldn't be only reliant on the database with which we give it back.
yes, yes, both of the
Oh,
things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So this is about the login and other thing. Now we have also covered the login for the user. We have covered it. We have coded for it. Uh, so a normal user can come, but we have just given role admin. So that role can be changed as a user or librarian. You can do that.
I want to just ask two things.
Yeah.
One, I actually have to go for 5 minutes. So, is there anything new which was discussed? Also, the second thing, like lest I forget, that
Okay.
when we are having this requirements.txt in the environment setup and everything,
Yes. Yes.
and that app context thing runs only the first time, right?
Yes.
So can we have that requirements thing?
First time means no. So DB is created only first time.
But everything else we put in the app.context will be run every time, right?
It should run, right? It should
So,
happen.
so,
It
so,
should check
so
once.
if I'm creating that DB that default user admin user
Yeah.
in the app.context, will that be created every time too?
No, no, no. If the database is there, then why it will create again? So
The default
also
user, default user.
it is there already. Some if you delete it, it will create.
Okay, nee, but the default user, okay, it did not
It is
create the.
already created. So why it will create?
No, no, I was talking about the default user. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry,
I
sorry.
am talking about the default user only. So you have given this code, and
Hmm,
now you will give one more code that is function.
hmm.
You code it like you. Can you just see this? You check it first. If there is already a email, you just skip it.
Okay, so I first check whether
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the app context
The
itself, the
first
function.
the first day we do done that, right? We use c equal to something in this. The first thing which we did was we checked that if there is something in the database or not. If it is there, we will just show this flash message or return something like that. Correct? We have done this in the first day itself. See this line. Read this. What is this? Can you see it? Hello?
Sir, I can see it now.
Yeah. So what is this for? This line. What is this line doing?
It is checking if the user already is there. If the user is
Correct?
there, fine.
Then show this thing. If you will just
Hmm,
use this sign up thing here, uh, here, right? Inside the app context. Now, if it is already there, why would it create again?
hmm.
There's no use of creating it again. It won't create. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Confusion can come. Don't worry. And yeah, we were just talking about login thing in the 5 minutes queue.
Okay. Sir, I'm using session for login, right? Because the other thing is not working in my system for some reason.
Yeah. You go for session. Others can also see in this link. I have given the link. Where is the link session? Yeah. This
That
is the link. Yeah.
Geeks for Geeks thing is working.
Yeah. So you can you everybody can check out this Geeks for Geeks link. Day 5 second link. Uh, there you can go and check about the session. We will talk about briefly about this thing after the this PPT. We have used session in here in the code itself. You can see, and yeah, we have one more place where we have. Yeah, so this is one thing which we have given. So 4 lines of code for session, and then we have used it for signing up and taking it as a user ID and then logging out. So session.pop is one code which is used for popping out the user ID. It creates a folder, this folder, last session. Okay. uh, this file system will create it, right?
How do we skip the? So, okay, sir,
Yeah,
please complete what you're saying.
yeah. So I was saying that these code will create a folder called flash session, and also these things can be looked up in your inspects page. Okay, when you open inspects page, you go to application. This is Chrome. Okay, so you will go to the application and see, I guess it is in the cookies or session maybe. So these are the session thing which will be stored using your session code, flash session code. So there must be something stored here. Okay, I'll just close it. Yeah, you will use local storage and session storage in your next project, app.2. Okay. Yeah.
Sir, I wanted to ask this. Like, if I'm checking for existing user and I
Yeah.
do not want to do anything if that user is existing, what do I do in the if statement? Like, do I do to continue or something?
Mm, you are checking for a user.
So I'm checking that I'm having some admin email or username. I'm
Okay.
using
Yeah.
email as of now. But so I do user dot query dot get email, and
Okay.
then if I do if existing user or if whatever C or whatever name I give,
Yeah. Yeah.
then what do I do? If existing user, I just want to do nothing, right? Because the default admin is there.
Yeah, it's up to your logic. What I have tried to do is just a flash a message that yeah, this is already there. Try something else. You can also give anything if you want. If you don't want anything, you just rewrite to the same page again. uh, that can work also.
Okay. So like if I don't want to do nothing, then what? Because this is going to be the
Nothing.
first time.
Nothing means what? Nothing means
So
what?
return,
You want
Like
to.
pass or continue, kind of
yeah,
thing.
like kind of continue because it's just that the
Yeah,
first
you
time.
can also create one logic that if or your this email or password or anything is similar, you can just give one more logic where you create if condition. You give a return or redirect to the dashboard page, storing these data available, just like we are doing here. You can just use email and password and then go to the dashboard page itself
Okay.
straight away with the data you have already. You taken the data in the form. You can do that also. Okay, I use that also. Correct.
Okay.
So you can go to the dashboard also if you know that yeah, password is correct and email is correct. But first check for the password and email. Okay, so yeah, here we are again. uh, View all the existing section and ebook. This is what your normal dashboard will look like. So you have the section name, and then you have the ebooks there. You have the second section name. You have the ebooks there, or any logic you want to create. You can do that. Yeah, request and return. This is what we have not covered. Okay, so this is up to your knowledge and logic what you will create. I've already told about these things. This is also not covered. Yeah, you have to understand this. Yeah, so these three things are what you have to create by yourself. And feedback pages, we have talked about all the things. You just have to now code it and see how many errors you get, how many time you have to replace your code and understand the logic. This is up to your thinking. Okay. um, yeah, so this is connected with that user only. User will try to uh, request, and then librarian will issue, and then it can also revoke. Yeah, so we are able to edit the section. We can change the details, edit operations there. We can delete a section. We have done that. Assigning a book to a particular section. Yeah, so one, I guess Telvin has used it. You can, when you are updating it, you can just change the section name. Telvin has done it, I guess. So yeah, you guys can also do that. This update, this means update. Okay. A librarian can monitor current status of the book. Yeah, so this is also connected with the user. You have to check how many days are left. You can create a logic in the Python code that, yeah, 17 was the day when he booked, the user booked, and then you can give minus something, and you can get the date. So
Uh, the in the case of deleting a section, we have to avoid using cascade delete, right? Because if we use that, we also end up deleting books.
it's up to your logic. Carlton has also asked this question before. You don't have to do cascading as of now. If you think it is required for your app to be working fine, then you should delete. It's okay if you do that. Otherwise,
So,
uh, only section can be deleted, and ebooks should be there. But their section name will be nullable in that case. Yeah, somebody was saying something.
no, no, nothing, sir. I just
Yeah, so it's up to your logic. There were few. I'll just give you one example of uh, that music stream. The previous term it was there. So what student, one of or I guess more than 10 people has done this thing, that they create a single music thing. Okay, they have a single song. Now they can add that song to any album, but song is a single entity still. It can be added to any album they create. Okay, these are about few students who have done that. That is also okay. Either you can do is, you have a album and you only add the song in that album only, and when you delete it, you delete the complete album. That means song and album both. Otherwise, you can delete the album and song still remains, and that logic can also work. Both of the things.
Sir, cannot we do one thing like add a section after that delete one? Then it will be easier, right?
Add a section.
After that, show how it's deleted. So
uh,
yes, not necessarily like book need not to be added to the section, right?
yeah, that is the one case I told, that yeah, it can be single entity also. It
Yeah, and
doesn't have to be in a section only.
yeah, so and vice versa for adding books,
Yeah,
add a dummy section, add book. After that, delete the book as well.
yeah, correct. Yeah, it's up to your thinking logic again. You can thinking like that, you can create it like that. It's your app. But yeah, stick to the things which is written in the English statement here, and look out for the English statement, that what this mean actually. Don't create any English meaning out of it by your thinking. Okay. Sometimes people think that, yeah, I have thought like that, but it is written something else. I'll also give you one example again, that there are few student, uh, last term I guess, music streaming app is there, right? Mat 2 I'm talking about. So in the first or second page it was written, you have to create export jobs, you have to create schedule job, and you have to create trigger job. These things was written in the first or second page, just like this. It was written here maybe, yeah. So now it was written export job here, correct? In the last statement, last page, it was not explicitly given, just like the core is written, right? It was not given explicitly that, yeah, this is how you have to create export job. So student assumed by themselves that, yeah, it was not written here. That means I don't have to create it. Okay, they assumed that, but it was written in the second page. It was written that, yeah, you have to create export job. Explanation of that was not given. So they considered that, no, I will not create because it is not written here. Okay, so uh, this can happen. So they created their own thinking. Yeah. So now it is not given in the core heading. So that means it is not in the core. But what counter they gave was really exciting to listen. That they said in the grocery app it is written, but not in the music app. So we didn't create it. When you know that how to create it uh, for music app, you just to have to same thing. You just have to use same code or same thing in the grocery app also to export the job. And you are complaining that, yeah, it was not given. That's why I didn't implement it. And irony is, few student created the export job. Now, what do you think? What should marks should be given like? So somebody who's created the export job should be given the marks, or somebody who has not created the export job should be given them?
Both should be given the marks.
Both. Sure.
Yeah, because it's not mentioned explicitly, right?
Sure. What is in the course? Okay, I ask you. You
I
have
looked at, I looked at, I'm
studied.
not
No, no,
compelling.
no, 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 no. Now tell me. You have studied APIs, right? In the week 6 of your content,
Yeah.
you have studied it, correct?
Ah,
You have seen the lectures. You have studied it.
yeah.
If I ask it in Viva, then what do you think should I get in answer? That, yeah, I didn't studied it for the Viva, right? This is what you answer. You will give me,
No, no,
correct?
no. No, no. Not like that. That
So
one
if
we can
you
just
if you know how to do export job from the day one of your course itself, everybody is talking about you using export job.
Mhm.
Yeah, it is a core component. You have to use it. Every live session they come and they say you have to use export job. They taught you that how to use export job, and then you decide, yes, it was not in the core component. It was just written. Some line is written here. One line is written export job. So that's why I didn't create it. Is this valid?
Not so.
Because the thing is, that that is the component which is required for creating app dev 2 project. It was for 6 terms straight, and still you are saying no. Yeah, it was not explicitly mentioned. You had to cover the criteria what is written in the PPT, but you still didn't done it. Yeah, let me give you
So,
the one
so
more
one
thing.
more doubt I have.
Yeah,
This recommended right, you showed me just now, right?
yeah.
This recommended is mentioned rated, right? So it's apart from the 100 marks or it's included in the.
After the 100 marks, what you get in the bonus.
Okay, okay, fine. So with the core features, we can just check it.
Score
After that,
100.
we can
Yes,
just add it, right? These things.
yes. These
Okay.
are the bonus
So,
thing which you.
how easy is it to? Okay, let me rephrase the question. Where are the places we would lose marks when we are being scored out of 100? What are the common pitfalls where you lose
Okay.
marks?
You start your project with uh, user management system. What is this user management system? Login, sign up and user model. Correct.
Yes, sir.
Now, in the database model, you will differentiate by the role. So, and role. This is one thing you have to go for. Uh, CRUD for two component. Two component now in your app is section and what is one more component? What is one more component?
Books, ebooks.
Yeah, ebooks. Okay. So CRUD option for those ebooks. Now they have started to look for search operation for two component. Same thing. Just copy paste.
Kurad did not curd.
हाँ? अरे तो create, update, read, delete, anything. You can just start with D also.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. Let's.
So वही सर्दी में दही खा रहे हैं हम लोग.
Okay. So yeah, these are the things which is required to score. Okay. Here you can lose marks. Okay, very good. Here you can lose marks. Here you can lose marks. Here you can lose marks. Hope I have answered the question.
So when you
So
say we can lose marks, could you give an example? Like, because
You're
say
not
for,
able to update ebook section.
oh, so some major function like that.
Correct.
Oh, okay. But if the things work correctly and we actually implement all these three things, then we will
Yeah.
get 100.
You're topper. Yes.
Oh, okay.
so the logic can be simple something, right? No, aesthetic will not be criteria, right?
No. Yes, that is in the optional part.
Okay. Login system
So
also fine. Everything's fine.
Proper login system means role should be there because role is considered
Yeah,
as
role is like
core.
admin
Yeah,
as
you
well
have
as
to
the
differentiate.
yeah,
Correct.
use.
But yeah, you don't have to check for password. That means is password correctly hashed, or you don't have to check for the token system. You don't have to check for extra functionality that will check that yeah, this user is
Sir,
uh,
the Flask
here.
session login functionality, does it come under proper login system or is it like
It's in
improper?
proper login system, right?
Not yeah, not completely proper, but yeah, it covers the part. Yeah, we have checked it in the. I said it creates a folder, so it is checking for who is signing up, and in the inspects page you have the cookies also. You are storing it, so it covers the proper login system, but not complete. It covers
So in
part.
yeah,
my
it's
case, the folder is not getting created.
yeah, I mean, it's not security based. It's just, but it does. It is still
Yeah, it
required
does
for
the
the app.
work. What? Yeah. So why it is not working, Ritu? You have done this.
So when I'm writing session app, it is giving error, right? And when I'm removing session app, everything is
Okay.
working in terms of functionality, but Flask session, this folder is not getting created.
Are you importing session or
I imported session, but
okay?
session is small caps में जैसे आपने import किया.
No, not that. That is different. I'm talking
Okay.
about flash session. Can you just
Okay,
see?
I did not import Flask session.
No. That is
I
different.
did not import this.
No. That session is different. That is inside the flask.
Okay, so I don't know why my functionality was still working, but Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
your
do that.
functionality is this, I guess. You're using
Uh,
session.pop. These things you mostly use.
yes, so I think everything was working, but
Yeah,
this
you
folder,
must be storing it somewhere.
I'm not storing it anywhere. I'm just storing it in the session only. I'm like passing around values like,
Array. Can you see this code, line number 37?
yes, that
So
is what I'm doing.
yeah, you are storing it here. It
Hmm.
is storing. It will store because you are using Flask inside the Flask library session, and
Okay.
Flask session is different. Flask session takes care of this session, which connects with the app itself, and then you can use it.
Sir, like, why is this needed? Or like, why is this needed?
The whole session part doesn't, and there is no need of it. But in the second day itself, you talked about the security part, so I had to implement something that, yeah, you can use this a simple version.
Sir, class session we have to install on the terminal in the environment.
Yes, I guess you have to. If there is
Okay,
not, you have to pip
okay, okay,
install classes.
okay. I'll do that.
So you have
Yeah,
to just call these two lines to initiate the session, or somewhere we have to just add it.
yeah. For this capital session, yeah, you have to just call it. You have to config, and then so config, and
Yeah,
then
okay,
you can,
these 6 lines. Oh, right.
yeah,
Okay,
one, two,
after
three,
that
four.
it will be automatically triggered. Some nowhere we have to
Yes,
just call
correct,
it.
correct. This is the only thing, and you can, yeah, just like I said, that you can just check this. This is very very simple English. You can read about it and see the examples also. They have first pip installed it. Okay, so they have first pip install fast session. Then they are using this import command. Then they are just typing this file system and session app, and yeah, then they are using it. That's it.
Okay. So wherever we create the session is normal section session,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Okay. And if we don't use this one also, we will not lose the core criteria, right?
Yes. Correct. Correct. This is extra thing which we need.
Because
Can
like
you show the pip install part class session?
Capital F.
Okay, capital F and capital S. Okay.
Yes.
sir, as of now for us it's a single user login, right? So if we use the session or not, it will be valid, right? Am I correct?
As of now means in this app which we created.
No, no. In an app where one person is logging from his local system means, which is not like hosted in a browser means only single
No.
use.
No. 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 Don't think about that. Don't think like that. That yeah, you are only the user. You have to create multiple user app. Okay. Don't think about those things that yeah, I am using only this app. That means I don't have to create
No,
multiple.
no, no. Multiple user will create at that one point
Yes.
of time. One person only can log in, right?
You have to think like that. Yeah. Now after creating the full app, I will deploy it. You have to think like that.
Okay,
Deployable app before the deploying or testing stage, you can call it.
okay,
You have to create a app which should go to the testing stage, or you can test also on deployable state. It should be there when you submit it. That is, you have to keep in mind. How many
okay.
states are there? Can you tell me about creating the app? Do you know
I
how
don't,
many states are there?
I don't remember. I guess.
Okay, so uh, let's start from the last one. So there is deployment, or sorry, management state. After creating the app, you just keep on checking that yeah, app is working properly or not. This is the last stage. Then there is deployment stage. Correct. You deploy the app, and then there is testing stage. Yeah, we test your app, and there is development stage, which we are doing right now. We are developing the app, and then there is the first state where we uh, look for the questions, we look for the wireframe, we create wireframe, we try to question ourselves, and the user who want to use the app, or the owner, everybody. So how many, four or five stages are there? Correct. You start with questioning each other, um, and then you create your development thing. You develop your app, then you go to that testing stage. You test your app that, yeah, these application these function are working correctly or not, and then you deploy. After deployment, the last stage is you check that, yeah, now this is working properly for the users or not. Or there are many stages which we can check for beta testing and other stuff in the testing stage, that uses few people in the office itself, that, yeah, check this app, is it working properly, just like we use for our Viva portal, or we use for BDM project portal. These things were tested first, beta test was done, and then only it was deployed to every student. Correct. So this is what covers your uh, this stages of the app creating that. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
So yeah, recommended part. Uh, you can add these things. I've not covered it precisely. If you want, you can look for some PDF generator or creator. You can look for it, and then at the end, after creating every core part, and then you can look for these things. API, I have done one page. Uh, yeah, so this is one page. I have already given you guys this GitHub repo. Uh, I've used user, class, model. Both model and API both are in the same page. You can just remove them and place it in different pages if you want. User section you have taken. For user, I have post request, and yeah, only post I have created. And I have, yeah,
In your app, was the Flask login thing working because you're using bcrypt and everything? So
I didn't
did
check
you
it.
did you use Flask security?
I have used this.
Yeah. Using
Bcrypt
bcrypt.
is just to check the password has.
Okay, you are storing hash instead of the password.
Yeah,
Okay.
this line.
So you're using bcrypt but not the Flask security module.
Yeah, I have not checked it. Okay, I have not checked if it is working or not. I just created for you guys. Uh, yeah, Satyaki.
Yesterday I was trying to learn about more about the SQLite and the procedure to make database and everything. Trying to do that on my own. So I came across this thing called DB browser, which is basically a GUI which helps you to make the data, visualize the databases in a better way. So, sir, like, is using DB browser allowed? Which it actually works with SQLite only.
I wanted to laugh, but the thing is, this happened with me many times. So
Mhm.
yeah. So the thing is, uh, in the starting, means in the second day of our learning experience, we used uh, SQLite viewer in our VS Code. That is extension, right?
Right.
Where you can see the data of your database. DB browser is similar to it. You have to install a different app, or you can go to website called DB browser or SQLite viewer,
Right.
either thing. So SQLite viewer is your DB browser.
But still, like while doing that, we like in DB browser we have to like install the DB browser separately. While as
SQLite
far
is
as I remember, I
extension,
could be
correct?
wrong.
Do
I
you
could,
do you use WhatsApp?
yes, yes, yes.
So you can use WhatsApp in this browser itself, or you can download WhatsApp app also. Correct.
Right, 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 right.
If you are able to use WhatsApp in browser, why will you download your WhatsApp app? If you need extra features, yeah, you can download. I have also downloaded, I guess, DB browser maybe.
Yeah, but in the extension which you have given,
Yeah,
like which we are using now, we
correct.
can only view it. We cannot change the database, right? But in DB
Yeah, we
browser,
cannot change it. There are other extensions to change it.
DB browser, we can actually change the data as well. Like
Yeah,
if
you
I
can change
want
it.
to
Yes.
directly, I do not want to
So
recreate the database.
yeah, that is what I tell, that if you want any extra features, yeah, you can download it. I've also downloaded it. But
Also, there is something
to
called dbeaver in which we can also see the ERP diagram.
sorry,
Sorry, it's ER diagram, not ERP. ER diagram, the entity
where
relationship.
where you can,
So there is a app called dbeaver
yeah, there are multiple apps. You can see those things.
that shows
So
the diagram as well. So if we want to check our relationships, or
yes, it is
we can
possible. Yeah.
also
So
use the ERP.
what? No. So what Satyaki was question is, uh, this is a GUI which can use for viewing, right? This is the question.
So like that can also help you to like that also helps to make the database itself, sir. Like
Yeah, but don't create in here. If you come to me while giving the Viva, you will be crying. Okay, so
why, sir?
create it, create it by the code only. This is explicitly mentioned that you have to code it. You have to create the model in your code. Don't create by these apps. There is no point of creating your app. Then if you just create it by DB browser only, there is no point of coding in this project. You have to code it.
Yes, sir. Because if we are deploying our app, we want the
Yeah,
app to get the database, not us to individually
yeah.
go into
So
library.
see, you have this. I have created this model. Why I am creating? I would have just created a data DB file itself, SQLite database file.
Yes, so that is what that is why I was asking since you have been coding it, so that's why.
Yeah. So what is this? I have told you you will lose marks. You will lose mark if you don't use this.
Right, right.
And if you don't use for all of them, you will lose many marks. So try to code. Then you can, if you want to view, you have SQLite viewer, or if you want to change some data, little bit maybe, you can use this. I'm also using it for past few years. So yeah, you can use it to view and change a little bit data, but you have to create model by coding.
Got it, got it.
Yeah. So where were we? We were
So
somewhere.
only for creation we have to don't use, right? We can upload data, right? If
Yes, yes, that is okay. But you have to show the code that yeah, you have created the model. This is what.
yeah, we'll create using this one, but update the data using
Yes, if you
multiple of
want, you
right?
can. Yes, correct.
Because it's easier, right? Multiple insert we can.
It will not be easier when you will use these APIs. When you work with API, you will just uh, make a script, or you can just use Postman or something, Thunderbolt or something, Thunder client, and post it there only. While you will work with these things, you
Like
will,
as a format we can give, right?
yes, you will just forgot about these apps when you will work constantly with these things.
Okay,
You will just code it.
okay,
That will be easier for you then.
okay,
Sometimes, yeah. So what I face is sometimes this DB browser is little hectic to go there and then type. You have to select something that is very hectic. You just code it and then that is what you want.
okay. So we can get the results in a JSON file and again upload
Yes,
it. Right?
correct. Okay, so yeah, so this is so this is the two modules which I created say in the same file, API file, and then I have created resources. You call it resources here in the RESTful API. Resources class, user resources class is there, login resources class is there, and section resources class is there. Okay, and when you have get by section ID, I have a different thing, and get all the thing. I have created one more, that is list resources, section list resources. Okay, you can call it by these link. These link means you have to type API dot resources. That means API is our app which I created in the first line, and then I'm using this URL to send the request. Before that, there should be 127 and other local host which you have, and these API can be used by anybody who can uh, check your app if it is deployed. Okay, from the starting, what we did is we have this Flask uh, because we need Flask, and we use request again for the form. Um, we have Flask RESTful. It will give us resources and API. Then we have Flask SQL Alchemy. It will give us SQL Alchemy ORM. We are using Bicrypt for creating the hash code, generate the hash code. Uh, it was there in the workzoops security, but it was not working. So I used Flask Bicrypt. They have changed the thing. There also we can use this generate password hash. So it will create the hash code and date type. These are the things which are important. Again, we create a app, app equal to Flask name. We use database URI. We give the URI as this db1.sqli. I just changed this one only. The other thing already used in the database in the previous site.
There, one thing I want to ask, like if some module is not being found by some library, which was there that I was getting with Flask login and Flask security, can I
Mhm.
use an alternative tool to create that module, and will that satisfy if that module is
Alternative
available?
module means what?
So, like if safe string comparison module was not there, what if I used HMAC something is
Mhm.
there, which in using which I can actually do a string comparison of the password and hash, and then maybe import that in my code. So if that
It,
module itself is available, but from a different file in the code, it will whatever is requesting that module will satisfy, right? It should. I'm not very
yeah,
sure.
one thing you have to look on, only you have to look is used Flask library. Other than
Okay.
that, extra library you want to use, you can use. It's up to you.
Okay.
But the main thing they have called for is Flask, so you had to use Flask
So I
library for
was
that.
not getting one string comparison library if I was using all the latest version of
Yeah,
everything.
that is okay. That is
So
okay.
I was thinking that if I have that, if that is basically a class or function, right? So if I have that available in the code, that may solve the problem. So I was just
Yeah, you can use it. Yeah, so we have this. We have given this track modification. We set it to false. You can also set it to true. Uh, this is this will show you some error or something in the terminal itself. Uh, while we use SQL ORM, this track modification should be required while the configuration. This is in the documentation. You can read about it. Uh, while you create your Flask app with SQL, you have to give a secret key so that it can be seen that yeah, this is your app only. Nobody else can use it. And you have installed this db equal to SQL alchemy, and using app variable. This will create our database, um, and we can use the db from here. Sorry. Then comes the important part, API. We are using API variable and then API function, which we have got from Flask RESTful. And we are using this app, Flask app, inside this so that our API can work with the app. Same thing with the Bicrypt also, so that our app can work with the bicrypt. Sorry, bcrypt. Uh, Now we have the models, same thing. Relationship with there with the section. User ID is the foreign key, same thing again. Now we are trying to post. Okay, we are taking the JSON response. Okay, we will code it. Let's say in Postman or other terminal where you can just send it. Here it will take the data, store it in the data, just like we were storing that in the form. Now we will store in the JSON format. It will take the data. We have some valid roles already. We have given a list. If the role given in the form is correct, then only we will verify it. Otherwise, we will give error. That is for not for double not. That is invalid user role. I guess invalid user role. That is one thing. Other than that, if it is correct, we will create a hash kind of password. Let's say if it is admin, it will be creating some 8 line character, 8 or 16 words, alphabets, or anything characters together and create a hash code. You can use it in the password so that it won't be visible to others. Only user can know it. Sorry. Then same thing. Sorry, what we did in our app, we used username, email, password, role, stored it in the user model, and then added it and completed. This is what it is doing. Hope it is clear. Same thing happened. Just only thing is that JSON response has been taken and JSON output has been returned. Okay. Any question in this? Okay. Similar thing you have to do for other things. So this is for post. You name the naming convention is like that you use post.
So,
Yeah.
so we have to define only for post, or can we
We
give
have
in
to.
for put also, put, get everything?
Yeah, yeah. For user, we don't know need put right now. If you have given a functionality that user can update their details, you can use put also.
Okay.
But normally we will just post. This is sign up. Okay.
Okay.
Post means sign up, and I have a separate thing for login. So
Okay.
when I post some data, it will check it in our model and then provide a correct JSON response.
Okay. So in user management, we are having get function, right? So that one we have to create, right? Anyways.
User management we have.
Yeah. In dashboard, we'll have the user management system, right?
Yes.
So we have to create one more get function, right? Define get of self in user resource, or is it different?
No, no, no. So it is okay, right? I just you need something like uh, if you are posting, you are creating something in the form. You are taking from the form. You have to use post. If you just want to show it in the screen, you have to use get only. You cannot um, just
Okay.
like we have shown it in the dashboard of that admin, correct?
Yeah.
We are showing the details there. You can just use
Okay.
get,
Okay. Okay.
just like we are using for this, right?
Okay. Okay, fine.
We'll just take the data and return it in JSON format.
Okay. Okay. Same
Uh,
like in table format, what we showed, we have to show it in JSON format.
Correct, correct.
Okay, fine.
So now in the front end, you can create the table there also.
Yeah. Okay.
From here, you will send it using JSON format, key ID, key value pair, and then you can save it there.
Okay. So we can correlate the CP with that endpoint, and we can feed it out.
Correct, correct.
So it
So
exists as
So,
a different existence, right? Of same.
means
Like normally, what we use create operation, it will happen normally, right?
yes,
First and all, this will be like supporting it.
correct.
Get that output in that console alone, right? Because
Yeah, you can get the concept. Yes.
so I have a question.
Yeah.
The where does resource base class come from?
Yeah. So we use this.
Oh, okay, okay. And
Then we started the API.
okay, so resource just comes from the import. There's no other reference to it.
Yeah. No. No. So Flask
Okay,
RESTful provides us this resource.
okay, okay. Thank you.
Just like this bb dot model comes, right? We are using SQL Alchemy. It gives us this.
Yes, sir. But there we use DB, so that's why I was confused where resource
Yeah.
came from.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So yeah. So we are not using API. We we just have to give resource here. And this
So what?
naming convention is like that. You can, if you want, you can change the name also. But convention is like that. You use your name and then type resource. So that is.
So
But you
so
have to
what would
use resource
happen?
here
So what would happen if we used API dot resource? Would that not work then, or something? Or
because we have separately taken it. So this is a separate function altogether. So you just have to type resources only.
okay, because I was wondering why we need the API instantiation
No, if I
down there.
remove this line from here, it will give me error that you're not importing resources from RESTful, so that you cannot use it. Now this
No, no, I meant
API resource, I will okay. Let me tell you what resource I will use for this API. Here you have to type this capital resource. Now when you uh, use this
oh,
URL,
okay,
we
okay,
use
okay,
add
okay.
resources. Okay.
Understood, sir. Now.
To make this class work, uh, we are using resources. Also, we are using self. Also, there is few cases we can just ignore the self if you want. Uh, I don't have the example right now, but there are few cases we can just ignore it and remove the self from
Yeah, self is only needed when we are referring to something
the
within the
reference. Yes,
class. Yeah.
correct.
Here, why do you have like a valid role dictionary?
Why we have?
A valid role thing. You have a list or dictionary for valid roles. Like, are you giving the user the option to choose their role?
Yeah, no, no. When you are taking this response, the user should only give the response in either with admin role, librarian role, or
Okay.
student role. If he
For the
gives, let's say, students, I will not
okay.
validate it. I will not save it in my database.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, it's like a lookup table, isn't it?
Yes.
Hmm.
So these are the only three roles I have. Or you can create a separate table like this you have created, right? In Flask Security, you use a separate table, roles
Hmm.
table. User
Hmm.
mixin, if you know about it, user mixin and role mixin. There we use a class called role.
Hmm.
There you have to give that.
So that's a many to many relationship, right? With the role and
Yeah,
users.
take the ID and store it.
Okay.
So role ID and user ID both in that roles table. So that is accessing. Otherwise, you can just use list. Okay. So again, get is same thing. You just query and send it in JSON response. JSON, how to write JSON response? You write something in string format with single quotes, and then you use your data, whatever data you have, or you can just use string format and write something inside. Also, try to stick to one code or two code. Don't use both of them. It might confuse you. So stick to one thing. Sometimes I guess I don't remember I've used double quotes, but use mostly the single quote. That will help you understand that this is our JSON format, because there is dictionary also in the, I think so.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. This is put. Same thing, similar thing. You just have to replace it and then commit it. Then you just replace the data. In the, what is difference between post and uh, put is that you store it in the post. Okay, store it in the variable and then store it in the database. But here in the put, we just replace it, replace one of the two of the things. Okay, so it can then just commit. Hope you have understood this put part, right?
Sir,
And
can we do put for multiple things like line by
well,
line? Like
uh,
here, section name and section description is there, right?
yes,
So for multiple things, in put we have to give line by line, like 79, 80 you have given, right?
yes.
Like that. And in post we have to give like separated by commas, right? Or
Separated by commas means,
no, that in post to be updated, right?
okay,
In
separated by
models.
comma. You are giving two things, right? Or
Yeah.
what is the question?
No, no. In this is put operation, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. In while writing the starting code, like initial code, you told right, we can use both put and post in for updating.
That is, yeah. So the naming convention can be anything.
No, no, no. You like I
Get
don't.
meth. You are talking about methods in the that.
Yeah, correct. Main app.py, right?
Yeah, correct, correct.
Yeah.
That is,
So
yeah. You had to type because you are taking forms there, right? Request dot
correct.
form.
Okay. So
That
here
that
we don't have that one,
no,
right?
no, no.
Okay.
You, what you, okay? So listen here. While you give this request,
Okay.
let me wait a second. Let me share the. mm,
So is it Thunder client you'll
yeah, I don't have that in the VS Code itself. I'll just tell you about Postman. Uh, it is there. Yeah. Can you see this? You're able to see this page.
Yeah.
Here you can see get is there, right?
Yeah.
And you have this your API. You have the API with you.
Yeah.
You paste the API. When you click on this angle button, you get, post, patch, delete, other things,
Yeah.
right?
Correct. Correct.
Here you have the patch. You have the post. Here you have the get. So if you select put, it will send a put request.
Okay.
Okay. Just like that, you have, if you have given put, you have to store it in the body, and then you have to give the detail what you want to update.
Okay. So once we add these resources, it will be automatically configuring and
Yeah,
giving that body, right? With the
yeah. Method you have to type. If you are typing it, you have to type methods in the request itself. Request
okay.
will be your fetch some link, and then you have methods equal to put, and then you will give headers if you want, headers you have, if you have, and body. These things you have to give
Okay.
inside header. I guess you give the method.
Okay.
So these things you have to write it here also, but here you don't have to. Here in the code,
Postman is like Thunder client.
Thunder client is like close postal.
Okay.
Like SOAP UI, right?
Postman came first.
Yeah, it is just for this these things.
Okay.
It is famous, and that's why.
But Postman is big.
Yes, big in a sense of money.
Company, yes.
Yes.
Started by Indians only.
Let's talk about business now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is here you don't have to specify in the request you will get it. And naming convention can be anything if you
Okay, okay.
want. Okay, so this is it. Delete and same thing happened here also. You just take the data and post it. And this is the line which gives you the yeah. So I what I could have also done is if I want a one more link, let's say API section slash uh, description slash string colon description. If I wanted that, then could have used in this also.
Hmm.
Okay, one more link could have been added here in the same API.
Hmm.
So one or two link can be provided in the same API, but you have to write the name first, then comma, and then link, then comma, then. But one thing you have to remember that this will first check for this link. If it doesn't work, then it will go to the second. So name it like that only. Understand it like that. Somebody yesterday was using the same thing in the routes. I don't remember the name. I forgot about, but he was also doing the same thing which I told you guys don't do that. So he was using two routes of same name, and we were confused that why it is not working for update. So two routes for same link, and it was checking for the first route which was given in the starting. So for 15 minutes, I was there to understand what is happening. And in the end, he told me that yeah, I've used two routes for the same thing, same link. Okay. Yeah. So that's about it. We have covered most of the things. Uh, Session, you have already seen this. API, we have already covered. And yeah, that's about it for today. Now you guys can code. I'll create the breakout. Also, we have 12 p.m.
Sir,
Any
sir, tomorrow maybe can we discuss just the back populates and overlapping, right, in the database,
back populates and
like when defining relationships. So like, I can go and revise. I will probably do that. But that sometimes you have to use back populates for because there's some
I'm
conflicts.
also not much aware about these things.
Okay, sir. So I'll check it by myself. It's
Uh,
fine.
yeah,
Sir,
let's
also I'll
discuss
take your
if
leave.
we want.
Like today, today, major event is happening. I am not. I am going to go and witness that now. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
thank
please,
you.
please. Yeah, that's fine.
So, with regards to relationships, I found that when I do the models without them, the queries still work anyway.
Which query?
The models. We've created the
Yeah,
models.
yeah, no, no. I'm talking about the specific query which is working for you.
Um, so far, whatever queries, select queries I've done, they have all worked even though there are no explicit relationships defined other than the foreign key attribute.
Okay. So you have created two tables, section and
Yeah, I mean,
users.
my model is a little more complex
Okay. Okay.
because
So you have two tables right now. Let's assume,
yeah,
and
and and
one is
there's
yeah.
and there's a relationship between the two tables, and it's a many-to-many relationship. So I have a third
Yeah.
table in between, and I've not explicitly in the model.py, I've not explicitly defined the relationship, except for the fact that I've said, this is a foreign key, um, and I've not said, where you put
Okay.
db.relationship. I haven't used that.
See, right now, what we created and what I created in this app is I've created a user and a section. Right now, my user is admin only. If my user becomes student, or let's say normal user or student, now I I have to see my details, what book I book, right?
Yes, sir.
Whatever book I am booking, I have to see my details that this is the book I have issued. Now there you need relationship. You need to understand that this ID, this user or student has booked three books or three issued three
Correct, sir.
books.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to fetch those details, you somehow need to give a command that goes to that table, takes the data, and show it in the student's dashboard.
So, but my query works though. That's why I was confused why
How it
we.
is working? How
I
it's
can
working?
show you the query.
So, okay,
So
wait. Yeah,
I will tell why it is working because he has not given the issue things right, which is like cross relation of that one. He is given like simple relations only. So it will without relation also it will connect right with foreign key like a secondary table.
okay.
Like for example, in a single user we are giving like foreign key or section and book right. Like
Yeah, for single, yeah, you have to create multiple users to understand that
yeah,
how.
that's what. Multiple
Um,
user with issues also. Then only it will.
Correct.
okay, I'll try, sir. I'll try to construct
So
some.
see if you have two users and you have to show data for both of them, the issued book data. Okay, if it is working, then it is quite a magic that without relationship you are showing it because
Mm. Because I have sections with books and books with sections, and
yeah,
that's
books is yeah, that is okay, that is okay, that is fine, but your book uh, goes to only a single person, right? A single person means single student. Now there is one more book which goes to a another user, other student, correct? You have to show both the things in different dashboards. Are you getting? So
yes, sir. Yeah.
if it is possible without relationship, then this is really magic happening here.
That's why I was wondering because so far I've not done all the queries yet, but so
Yeah,
far queries that have relationships, I've not explicitly defined the relationship, but the queries still work. So that's why I was a bit surprised by that. So that's why I wanted to know: is it
yeah,
really
it
there?
is starting phase. That's why when you fully complete, you will understand the logic why we are having a relationship. And in the personal life also, if you have some relationship with somebody in other office or other city, you tend to have more chances of getting benefits than who don't have any relationship. Correct?
Yes, sir.
If I'm making sense to you. So
Yeah.
if you don't know, you go to a city, you don't know anybody, you will be little you'll take time to understand what is the what is happening in the city. If there is somebody else staying there, you have a relationship with, then they can tell you that yeah, don't do these things, these are the things which is required, otherwise you have to look for those things alone, right? Relationship make it easier. Okay, so should I create the breakout rooms? Anybody? Should I create or
Sir, if we create the breakout rooms, then we can show our code. No.
yeah, yeah. Okay. I'll
So,
create the yeah.
so one doubt. Uh,
Yes.
that in Corey we will use dot all right,
Dot all for getting all the data.
checking
Yes.
everything. So
Yes.
if we don't have any like records there, we have to have a loop there like if else thing or
Yeah, you can do that. If there is nothing, but if there is nothing, it won't show anything. So that is also okay. If you want to give some, let's say
no. For me, it's
you want.
showing error that list object has no attribute like that.
Okay. So for tackling it, you have to give a if condition. Try except can also work, or if condition can also work.
Okay.
Also, you can give in the HTML page also that if data is available, so the table. Otherwise, else you can show a string that data is not available, something like that. In the HTML page, you can show that.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. We'll take few minutes break, and I'll also create the this breakout room.